I've been the leader of the Slam ministry for maybe the last 5 years, which is a prison ministry. So we go to different jails around New South Wales. We use sport as an avenue to get into the jails. So the jails are happy to have us in there because we're like a free voluntary service that comes play team sport against the inmates. But then we also have a time with them for about half an hour where one of us will share our testimony, we'll preach the gospel from the Bible, and then we just hang out with them, get to know them, spend a bit of time, build friendships with some of the guys who we see, I guess, visit after visit, and yeah, just try to show them God's love and point them to Christ. So that's really what we do there.
So does that mean you took over in 2016?
It was roughly that. You know what? I don't know the exact date on top of my head,
Because I'm starting to
roughly
realize that was the first year I joined.
there you go.
So I've been there for 5 years. The year you took over.
I'm pretty sure when I took over, you started straight away, so it probably
Yeah,
would have been, yeah.
Because that was when I turned 18. Was 15. So
Nice.
16 was the year that I jumped on.
Well, I started Slam when I was 20, so I've been doing it for probably 16 years now. And yeah, just been running it the last about 5 years. So yeah, there you go.
Far out.
Yeah, I love it. Slams. I guess that's my real passion when it comes to ministry. And
Yeah, I was going to ask you because I found that very interesting. Why is Slam your passion? Why is that your go-to?
I guess when I was 20, I probably wasn't serving God enough or really doing much. And some of the older boys who were doing Slam just asked me, why don't you do Slam? Like, they knew, I guess, I had a strong love for sport and football in particular. And they're like, you can come and play sport with the inmates and have an opportunity to minister and preach to them. I thought, why aren't I doing this? So I just went and gave it a shot. And then as I started it, I just kind of fell in love with it. I just thought, that's me. It's my chance to be able to preach to people who are completely lost and use the talents God gave me, I guess, to play sport and be able to just kind of marry the two together there.
And so was that your role? So when you first joined up, what was your role there? What did you see yourself doing a lot of? Was it just playing the game?
So at Slam, I was when I started, 20 to 25, I was just a young kid. Like they were most of the guys there were older than me. A few of us young guys signed up around the same time. And I was just the young buck just out there trying to do the best in the sport. Like the way it works in the jails is if they come out and they absolutely flog you, they don't respect you and they don't sit down and listen to the preaching. So you need, it's important that we actually have a good solid game where we either try to beat them or push them right to the brink. So I guess I had to come in there and really try to help make sure they were giving them a good contest in footy. And these guys play 3 hours a day of touch footy, so they're super fit and playing with each other every day, whereas us Slam guys all come from different walks of life, so not everyone's into footy. And
what you mean by that is that we eat a lot and end up getting flogged every other week.
Yeah, pretty much. that's another way of putting it.
Do you find it easy to talk to them after the game?
Yeah, I think the game is a great way of breaking the ice with them. You've kind of built some type of rapport with them. There's a respect. You've seen how them put their wear their heart on their sleeve, and they've seen you do the same, give you all out there. And especially the adult prisons, they get it. They realise you've left your children at home, you've volunteered, you're not getting paid, you've come out to where they are, and you're spending time with them and playing sport with them. So they really respect it, I guess. And whether they accept the message or not, they'll give you that respect. Some of the juvenile jails is a bit different. The kids, I guess, they're under 18. Some of them don't get it. They just don't care, and no respect for anybody. And they don't listen or don't show respect. But yeah, I find over the last 15 years, the adult prisons, you do get that respect out of them.
Do you have a preference between the two?
I probably prefer the adult jails. I mean, it's great for the juveniles. I know it's good for them to be able to. They probably need kind of mentors and father figures. And thankfully, we've been able to hang out with one of the guys who's come out of the juvenile jails recently. He came to Elevate to church last week, and I've been messaging him. I've sent him the details for your company, for Verda. So he's going to sign up to do an apprenticeship soon with that. Being on a few of his case conferences, helping him with that. So yeah, it's been cool being able to mentor someone like that.
Mate, talk to me about that as much as you can anyway. How did that all happen? Because from what I know, that's the first time I've ever seen that go down.
Yeah, we got a bit lucky because COVID hit and we lost a lot of the jails. We stopped getting entry into a lot of them.
Yeah.
And then a mate of Dave Fagali's told him that he was working at a prison in St. Mary's, and Dave got in touch with me and said, that's the jail we used to get into years ago. He said, his name's David Yanni. He said, he's over there now. And he's like, why don't you guys try to come back in? I'm working in programs, I can help you. So I got in touch with him, went and had dinner with him and Dave's brother John. We had a good time, had a good connection with him. And then he helped introduce us to the head of programs and to the chaplain and everything like that. Made contact. I mean, it was insane because you got COVID, everything locked down. These kids' families aren't allowed to visit them. So they haven't had their parents inside physically seeing them for the last 6 months. Then here we are, this slam, Christian
And we rocked
touch
up.
footy team. We were allowed in, and we're coming in playing touch footy with these guys.
Lockdown was still active when we
Yeah, when we started, it was still pretty full on when it came to like indoor activities and stuff like that. Like we were playing in masks, 40-degree heat. We had to wear masks in our games of touch footy. So